This is Beth with Fandomize. How's it going?
Hi, it's going very well, thank you. I'm David.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Very nice to meet you. I watched Alive the other day and absolutely loved it. And this is also your feature film debut for writing and directing. How does it feel?
Well, it feels great. Feels great to be at the stage we're at right now. Uh, Doing it had its ups and downs, but hopefully, we got through those, and now we have a finished film, which is absolutely wonderful.
It is, it is. What inspired you to become a filmmaker?
Oh, that is a very interesting question. Uh, I genuinely don't know. I'm tempted to say, why not? Why do anything else? It's just the greatest feeling to do. It's absolutely wonderful that you can just write a story and then bring it to life in this absolutely fantastic medium.
Absolutely. And did anything in particular inspire you to write Alive?
Yes, I was at a point where I wanted to write something that me and my producer we could do on our own. And so for one thing, I decided to do a zombie movie because zombie movies are, first of all, quite, within a certain respect, easy to do on a small or very small budget as we had. It's not as expensive as other genres, generally speaking, particularly in that kind of fantasy genre, for one thing. And also, it's a genre that has a lot of setup that most audiences are already familiar with, which means you don't have to waste too much time doing exposition, explaining your world. You can dive in very quickly into the story, and it's usually a story that has a lot of dramatic potential. So that was a decision that was easy to make as to what kind of film I wanted to do.
Nice. Um, you also kind of put your own twist on the zombie. Um, can you just explain a little bit about what went into crafting your zombie?
Well, yes, I wanted to do zombies that are a bit less as a very monodimensional antagonist, which is very efficient. It's been done very well, but I wanted to explore something with zombies that were a bit more ambiguous. And because, first of all, I don't think it's been done that much in that particular fashion before. And I think it creates a sort of interesting possibilities for the human characters and how they react to the zombies and how it sort of mirrors their own behaviors. And it becomes a situation where instead of having the humans that are good and the zombies that are bad, you have something a bit more interesting.
That's true. That's true. Um, were there any zombie tropes or even like horror genre tropes that you really just wanted to stay away from with this film?
Uh, yes, absolutely. The first thing is I'm not a huge fan of slow zombies. Uh, there's been a lot of, we have the traditional vision of the shambling zombies that are extremely slow, and it can work sometimes. It's worked in the past. I feel now, and possibly since 28 Days Later, this is something that you can't really do that well anymore, particularly in Alive, which is not just a zombie movie with local zombies, but it's a zombie apocalypse movie. I'm not very convinced of a zombie apocalypse if all the zombies are really slow. It's always sounds a bit strange to me that the world can be overrun by creatures that are slower than my grandmother, if that makes sense. So I was trying to definitely stay away from that and have more active zombies. And they're more exciting and they're more interesting anyway.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I never got that either. How something so slow can just kind of like sneak up behind people. Um, you have a great cast. The acting was phenomenal. What was it like working with them?
Oh, it was great. I mean, everybody in the cast just brought so much to each of their characters. Uh, that was possibly maybe on the page, but they really fleshed them out beautifully. We have our lead, Ellen Hillman, who's absolutely brilliant, and she delivers an intensity that I was honestly not even hoping for. And she just made the character so much more vivid and so much more intense. And she really carries a lot of the film. And that was absolutely fantastic. And just working with her and directing her and how she could just improve the performance even take after take and make it even more layered and that all those nuances every time. It was absolutely great.
Yeah, it was amazing. Um, Earlier you mentioned that there were some ups and downs with filming. What were some of those ups and downs?
Well, the biggest one was obviously we started filming at the end of 2019, early 2020, and we thought we would need about 3 or 4 months of consecutive weekends shooting the film because we very small production, so we shot mostly on weekends. And then the pandemic happened, and of course that created a lot of problems for everyone. But suddenly we had to basically shut down principal photography, and we didn't really know when we would be able to start again. So we
Mm.
had to put everything on standby, just try to replan the entire production, and then wait for whenever the lockdowns would end. So, and that maybe took about 4 months. Then we could do massive chunk of filming in the summer of 2020. Then after that, over the fall, there were more lockdowns, and then we had to again just use every little window of opportunity to finish the film. And there was so many moments where we never even knew if we would have, the ability to finish the film.
Wow. Like it, I know that we're still like being cautious of COVID, but the fact that like we're still talking about films that had to be put on hold because of the pandemic, it's just crazy to me just how much this affected everything.
Absolutely. I remember we filmed over that summer, the amount of hand sanitizer we brought to that set was absolutely insane.
I bet,
There were
I bet.
bottles everywhere. We had bottles of sanitizer every single room, and then mostly before every single take, we're trying to figure out, wait, there's a bottle in the shot, and we had to move the bottle.
That's funny. Um, so now that Alive is going to premiere, is there anything else that you are working on or are you're going to start soon?
Well, I've finished a script called The Devil's Workshop, and my producer is now breaking it apart and costing it. And so it's also a horror movie. It's more of a haunted house movie, and we're gonna hopefully take some tropes of the genre and spin them a bit on their head and have a bit of fun with that. But it's in very, very early stages of pre-production right now.
Gotcha. Definitely be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, if people want to stay up to date with you, and your work, where can we follow you?
Right now, the best place is very much our Facebook page, which is a live feature film.
All right. Cool. Um, before I let you go, is there anything else about Alive that you would like to add?
Well, it's very was very very long in the making. It's a film that I hope if you like zombie movies and you want to see zombies done in a way that hasn't really been done before, that's a film you should check out. It's gonna be out on Tuesday on most VOD platforms, and it's on a special price flash sale from now to Sunday if you want to pre-order it.
Oh, wow. Great. Thank you so much for chatting. Again, I loved the movie and I
Thank,
can't wait for your next one.
thank you very much.